It's a good idea to have the poem you're going to discuss. So for the start, my name is Margot. This is Shakeyburns slow reading studio. As you can see here, you can get a pencil, you can get a pen. It's a good idea. So today we're going to read 2 sonnets by Shakespeare, because Shakespeare is very cool. Sonnets are very cool, and if it's a Shakespearean sonnet, then they're double cool. First of all, we can say a few words about sonnets. So again, a sonnet has 14 lines. Always, because it's a fixed form. The original sonnet has A, B, B, A, B, B, A, C, D, E, C, D, E flat, but Shakespeare does it a bit differently. In Shakespeare, if you look, he uses a different form, and that comes from mathematics, from logic. Because in Shakespeare's case, if you look at it, you have introduction, the problem, and the solution. Yeah. So it's like a logical problem when he writes a sonnet. But let us not think too much about it. No. Let's not think too much about it. Let's start with looking at the sonnets. We'll start with the sonnet CXXXVI sonnet. The second sonnet here. Ah. You know Latin.
Well,
wow.
C stands for century, right?
Yes.
It's 100.
A cento is like 100.
Oh, the rest is
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And L stands for beauty.
How did you know?
It's like this.
Oh.
It's like 5.
Well, anyway, I like number 144. It's very good. Why is it very good?
because it's 12 more 12, no?
Ah, 12 squared.
12,
Yeah. I like 12, and 12 squared is very cool. So we'll have a look at sonnet number 12 squared first.
12 square.
That's a new count.
Well, if you don't like 12 squared, then just call it CXXXVI. So take 2-3 minutes to just look at the text. If you have questions about words, now we'll have a look at it.
Do you have more copies?
We have plenty of copies.
Can you share? Yeah.
Yeah, you only need 1 copy, you don't need 10 copies. So meanwhile, if you have any questions about life, the universe, words,
I have read 3 translations, and they're all different.
well, you can't translate it. You can't really translate it because it's all based on plain words. That's a great thing about Shakespeare. He's very, very playful.
Willful fate.
So what usually happens is the first time we read it, it's something very strange, maybe scary, maybe just
Too much
nonsensical.
will, yes. Too much will and fool. Too many, so.
Well, if it's
So
uncomfortable,
that's
it's
program
much.
code
Yeah,
and
well,
database
I
by
mean words.
Shakespeare. Really, what we have here is like we have here. It's program code and database. You think it's a sonnet, but really it's a program code. We'll see. We'll see.
Oh, I don't know the word reckoned. I'm on a number one is reckoned none. What
Yeah,
is reckoned?
reckon is like think, know, believe.
I reckon it was easy.
Also, we have these funny Old English words like thy and thee. thou. So in Shakespeare's times, they were already archaic, so he uses it for poetry. I like these words too. I think everybody should use them. It's like we have you and we have thou. Thou is you, singular, informal. We have your, thine. We have yours, thine. And we have you, which is indirect object, like to you, and that is thee. To thee. So I think these are very, very powerful, very strong words. I think we should use them in our everyday life more.
What if you German?
What if you use them? You should change the verbs.
Hast,
After
art.
the endings of the verbs.
It's very, very easy.
Thou hast.
St,
Like
in present.
Yeah.
Thou hast.
Or thou art.
That's the same because S just goes away. Yeah, so that's a bit of nice language. Thank you, Shakey. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to read it aloud. Because poetry is supposed to be read aloud, especially poetry like this.
It should be sung.
Maybe. So let's start. Let's read with me. Okay, you ready? If thy soul check thee that I come so near, swear to thy blind soul that I was thy will, and will thy soul knows is admitted there. Thus far for love my love's you sweet fulfill. Will fulfill the treasure of thy love. I feel it full with wills and my will one. In things of great receipt with ease we prove, more in number one is reckoned none. Then is a number let me pass untold. Though in thy story's account I once must be, for nothing hold me, so it leaves thee whole that nothing me, as something sweet to thee. Make but my name thy love, and love that still, and then thou lovest me, for my name is Will. Ah, beautiful.
Really?
Very crazy. Yeah, his name is Will. So, what do we notice the first time we read it? How do we feel about it?
It's Latin.
It's Latin.
Big Latin.
How do we feel about it?
It's playful. It's like some tongue twister for children.
Yes. So,
Can we translate it into modern English, please?
okay, if thy soul check thee that I come so near, if your soul stops thee, says, oh no, he comes too
check
close
means
to
hold,
me.
yeah.
Check like, check yourself. You speak, you check yourself. You stop speaking because you think about something different. You stop. Yeah, poetry. Who has
This talk of
sonnets?
poems. Yeah, we should show that.
Yeah. That I come so near, swear to thy blind soul that I was thy will. Just say, that's my will.
I want him, also.
And the will, thy soul knows, is admitted there. It's like, will, we know, has different meanings.
Like willpower.
Will, and he uses it. Thus far for love, my love's you sweet fulfill. So I can come because I come in love, and that's why I come.
So he's dressed in love, right? Like loves.
Well, pursuit, maybe like pursuit. Love you, pursue. Will fulfill the treasure of thy love. So we all seek for love, and will bring you this love. I feel it full with wills, and my will one.
Check.
Check. Now we're confused.
In things of great receipt, with easily proved among the number, one is reckoned none. So we say if we have a very big number, you add one or take one, it doesn't make much difference. It's like 5 billion, so 400 million, and 1 is the same as the same number and 2, generally speaking. So he says, among the number 1 is nothing. Then in the number, let me pass untold. Now in my story's account, I 1 must be. Although in your heart I must be number 1, but 1 is nothing because you have lots of numbers, and 1 more, 1 less.
What does it mean? In the number, let me pass untold.
In the number, it's like you have all these numbers, numbers.
Different people
Maybe
and
different people.
I'm coming untold, passing untold. Meaning I'm coming under disguise or?
Yeah, maybe. Like a lot of people come to you, and let me come too. For nothing hold me. So you may think that I'm nothing. I'm not here. I'm nothing. I'm invisible. I'm just nothing. So it please thee hold that nothing me as something sweet to thee. So if you believe that I'm nothing, I'm invisible, then it's no problem for me to come through, and then it will be very nice to you. Make but my name thy love, and love that still. So if you don't love me, then love my name, and then you will love me because I will. Very nice and sweet. So what do we think about it? What do we think about the narrator, this I?
He's courting.
Who is this guy? Who is this guy? What kind of a person?
He's the future of the
What's his character?
I think he's optimistic.
Playful.
Oh, he's very optimistic.
Joyful, playful.
maybe vain a little.
Okay, so if you have you read any of Shakespeare's sonnets before?
In Russian.
In Russian, in English, in German, I don't care.
All of
Okay.
them actually.
So if you look at his sonnets, then you may just notice that every second sonnet is like, "Come to me, baby, come to me before it's
That's
too
what language is for.
late." So the idea of a sonnet, is that it's a little love letter, and you need to be very artistic in writing love letters to persuade the girl to actually come to you. To be very clever. So you have this very little space, very little space, 14 lines, not very long lines, 14 lines. And you need to prove in these 14 lines that it's vital and essential for the girl to come to you. So in many sonnets he says, "Oh, you will grow old and ugly and then you will die, so come to me before it's too late. Let's make some babies, they will look like you maybe."
Carpe diem.
So he doesn't really say it here, but yeah, he's been very clever, as we can see.
And he makes sure that the lady will not like fall snoring or out of boredom with him.
Okay. And really, like we said in the beginning, it's more like a spell. And when you read it, do you really understand the meaning? Do you always follow the meaning?
I
Because he's
didn't.
always playing with will,
Yeah,
will
yeah.
and different meanings.
Yeah.
Just like tongue twister.
Yeah.
Or rap.
Yeah,
He's
like
reading
tongue
rap.
twister. So maybe the idea here is really like a little program code. You listen to the sounds, and the sounds enchant you. The sounds enchant you, not the meaning, not the words, but the sounds. So let's have a look here. If thy soul check thee, that I come so near. So what is it? In the beginning we have thy
Here's
soul.
care.
If you have any reservation.
Yeah. Second thoughts.
So we have this situation, a very normal situation. He comes too close to the girl, and he
She's
can
shy,
see that
yeah.
she's not very happy about it.
Like me on the bus.
Yeah.
In the rush hour.
And he can see she's not very happy about it. So what he does here? Does he say, "Oh no, don't go away. I'm so nice and good"? Now he starts this mathematical discussion here. He proves it logically why she should not be afraid. And if she is afraid, why it's all right and what to do. You see, his approach is very mathematical, very cool. And again, check. Why do we say check? Soul and check.
It's like that check that you can change for money.
Yeah.
You can profit by making acquaintance with me.
So we have very interesting image of a person. We have the goal. We have the goal. That's the goal.
Beautiful.
Very beautiful. We have the
Very
goal.
16th century.
Okay, we'll make it like this. Once more.
Maxi.
Okay.
Yeah, more
We
like
have the goal, and we have her soul talking to her. Yeah. So the goal and her soul can communicate. There are
so far so good.
two different beings. Actually. So she's not consulting her heart, not her mind, but her soul. So why do we refer to soul here? Why don't we say, if thy mind checks thee, or if thy heart check thee?
Isn't soul and heart the same in this
No.
situation?
Maybe the soul is most influential.
Maybe. So what is soul?
It's illogical.
Yeah, maybe it's not logical.
It's something spiritual because the heart is real, but soul we cannot prove
There's no
its
such organ.
existence.
And it's something very big, very essential. Your soul is your
Core.
essence. Yeah? If your essence or somewhere deep inside you
Instinct.
feel like, maybe like an instinct a little bit, if somewhere deep inside you feel a bit reserved and afraid, then I come too near. Yeah,
Very thorough.
that's him coming a bit too near. Yeah.
You know how to draw,
I
see.
do. It's very good for you to draw because some people say, oh no, drawing is stupid, never do it, never listen to these people. Drawing is very good for you. I mean, even if you just do mathematics or something, it's very good for you to draw. If you do topology, then it's essential for you to draw little pictures. But yeah, if you discuss something, it's good to draw because then you can see it more clearly. That I come so near, so he knows he's a bit too closer to the goal than he should be.
Privacy.
We have thy soul, thou and I, these are three characters. And now he needs to talk to her soul, but he can't talk to her soul directly, because it's her soul, frankly. So he can talk to the goal, and logically persuade the goal, so the goal can talk to her soul. You see, it's a very complicated
She's
position.
industrious.
I love his world.
It's very cool. If thy soul check thee that I come so near, swear to thy blind soul that I was thy will,
I am what you want. I am what you
Why
want.
was?
because it's like
You have always wanted me. He's
Oh.
practically saying.
because it's like indirect speech.
Oh, okay.
Swear that I was. It's indirect speech. So let's call the was. So very funny, very funny. Swear to the. It's not like your soul is right and I'm wrong. No, you have a very stupid blind soul. That's what he says. Very
You need to
interesting.
reason it.
Uh-huh. So why does he say thy blind soul?
What else is blind? Justice is blind also, right?
So soul has eyes.
Actually, it hasn't. according to
Has.
Shakespeare. It's blind.
It has eyes, but it cannot see. It has eyes, but cannot see. That's what it means blind.
Maybe because you so don't watch him.
Can't watch him. No, the soul can see him.
But it turns a blind eye on him.
And it's alarmed. It's alarmed. And he says, oh no, do not believe your soul. Do not believe your instincts. Do not believe what you really feel. Because it's not true. It's not, you're all mistaken. And you are more powerful. You have more power than your soul. You don't have to listen to it. It's all stupid.
So swear in this stanza means scold, right?
I'll swear like tell. Tell your soul that I was your will.
That
And
must be
will
what you want.
here is like his name, his will, or her future.
Anything.
Yeah, it's all the will means like William
William. Like
and will
willpower, yeah.
like will be.
And will is a shiny.
Yeah, and the will like won't. Yeah, and will like willpower.
And like testament.
Yes, yeah. So it's very funny.
But
So-
here is the with the capital letters.
Yeah, so here is
So-
like I'm your will. Will like
And like your everything.
William.
Will. I'm your
Like
will.
William. I was thy will. So what he does here, he brings his name, he brings this word, and he starts playing with it. He substitutes the meaning. So in logic, you're not allowed to do it. In logic, you have your term, you have your definition, and if you use the word in another meaning, then it's another word, it's another term. Here, he puts it all together. But he's very clever. He knows he can't do it because he's very clever. Shakespeare knows all about logic because that's what they were taught at school, actually, and because he uses all this logic when in the structure of sonnets. Yeah. But here, he plays with it. I was thy will. Your will, like your William, your boyfriend. Oh, you're mine. And your will, like what you wanted. Yeah. I was thy will. And the will, thy soul knows, is admitted there. So as we read it, we really cannot say what he is going to say next. Because, and will, thy soul knows. And here, will can be any of this. Yeah. Again, if you listen to different people, they'll tell you, oh, you can't write a poem where you repeat the same word. Of course you can. You can do whatever you like. And will, thy soul knows. So it's a very interesting, very active soul. And he knows everything about her soul. Isn't it cool?
He's programming her.
He's programmed her, absolutely. And will thy soul know? So the soul is blind, but the soul knows things. And it's really, like you said, programming. So the soul here is like a little computer. Yeah?
I saw that. Mayday.
Yeah. So soul is like a little computer which has its programs, and as you use these programs, you can trick it. So one program is a man is not allowed to come close. Yeah? So that is one rule. A man is not allowed to come close to the girl. That's what soul knows. That's the programming of the soul here. What is soul in here is the question, but Okay, and now the program is will is admitted.
With
Yeah. So now he says, okay, let's take this rule. Will is admitted here. Your wish is admitted here. Your willpower is okay. And he says, okay, I'm will.
nobody's perfect, and I'm nobody.
Yeah. Will is admitted here. I'm will. Therefore, I'm admitted here. Yeah.
Makes perfect logic.
It is. Yeah, it does. Is admitted there. There, where, there.
In her vicinity, in her privacy.
Or where is your will located?
Oh.
Where is your will located?
Near the soul.
Near the soul,
In the body.
in your body, around you. Where is it? Maybe in your head.
Well, there's a will, there's a way.
So again, when you first look at Pushkin, at Shakespeare, at all these classical guys, you tend to think about them as a very academical and dry and clever people. They are clever, but they're not dry and academical. Both of them and other clever people too have lots of little jokes which are not always aristocratic, let's say, which are not always nice. But you
Like
don't see them.
highbrow, yeah.
You don't see them straight away. You only start noticing them when you slow down and look more closely. Yeah. So like here, will is admitted there. A big question is where? Where
They
is your
have
will?
everywhere. If he's your will, like her William, her will be, her want, her willpower, then he's admitted everywhere.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Embraced, I would say.
It's very difficult for me to discuss in this way because I accept this sonnet not as relationships between a woman and a man,
Mhm.
but between a soul
Mhm.
and a will.
Mhm.
So I see that the narrator, I, me, is a will,
Yes.
and you is a soul.
Mhm.
And when I will come to you
Mhm.
so close, I change all your piece, I would say.
Yes.
So I don't feel these as relationships between women and men.
Mhm.
Really.
Yeah. Because we always
And,
have lots of
my
levels.
question is,
Yes.
why did you decide that she's she and he is he?
Well, it doesn't really matter. It could be anything else, just for convenience of discussion. Really, yeah, good point. Good point. It's
But
you
what
and
sonnets
I.
are
We
written
don't
for?
specify. We just take it so it's a bit easier to discuss. But you're right. Yes, you're right.
Because this, your explanation is about love. But my feeling
Uh-huh.
is about willing
Mhm.
and changing our life into the love
Yes.
due to our wills.
Yes. Well,
This is why we feel by our soul when I come so near. We only can feel the will. But if this is, I could say, a real person or any other person, we can see it. And our soul will not be so bland because it is real. But for me, it is bland because we can see it, we can only feel it. So your explanation is very interesting for me. Really.
I would argue only that, like, why would somebody write sonnets to explain the relationship between will and...
Why not? Why not? We would have under.
Sonnet is not a song, right?
It's a form. You can put different meaning into this form. But yes, good point. Very good point. Yeah. You have John Donne writes at about the same time. He's metaphysical. That's not a problem.
But this one comes in a row. It's not a separate sonnet. And if we read the previous 135, there's definitely a relation between man, woman, and
Well, the thing is,
person.
again, when we talk about a relation between man and woman, a relation
Well, it's
between
false semantic.
There's a story.
yeah, we can always look at any story from different points of view. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of it. So we can read it literally, like, oh, a man, a woman, something happens. Or we can read it metaphorically and see that he doesn't really mean a love and relationship. He talks about something different, as in alchemy, when they talk about lions and cocks and toads, but really they mean something different.
Or if her father finds the sonnet in her pocket, she can explain, oh, it's very
Yes.
innocent.
It's nothing, just a
It's
new
about
play by
will and
Shakespeare.
It's just his psychoanalysis.
What about Platonic?
Yeah, so it's very interesting, and I'm glad you pointed it out because I was going to talk about it too. Or we can talk about it now. Yeah, so we have, on one hand, we have the boys that go on this programming and the little computer with the programs which do not, and this program, yeah, it doesn't look at the meaning, it only looks at the form. It doesn't look at the meaning of the word will is admitted here. It looks at the form, will, W-I-L-L, yeah. So then you can substitute it on one hand. On another hand, yes, we have this very interesting relation.
Maybe maybe solo. She won for him. She won for him, and will it means for maybe he all for her. He something beautiful. Like
But again, your soul and your will. So my soul and my will, or my soul and your will, it's all about this subject, this you. Yeah? So maybe we can talk about soul and will and how they interact. What's the difference between soul and will?
Soul is empathetic and something, not a doer, not acting. And will is something that is active. It's my perception.
I think will belong mind, but soul not.
Soul is a catcher, will is a pitcher.
Okay. Hey, you start with it.
That will is something more social than
Yeah, so I guess soul is something, your essential part, your atom, something that is not changeable, something that is you really. You are a soul. And will is this activity, a social activity, mental activity. Yeah. So maybe a soul is like passive beginning, and will is active beginning. In which case, we again come back to the ideas of this feminine and masculine.
Yin and
Although
yang.
again, it's all words, but we do have these two essences meeting. Will thy soul knows is admitted there. Thus far from love, my love sweet fulfill. Oh, crazy! How do we understand it at all?
My love, sweet fulfill.
Thus far from love, my love sweet fulfill.
Okay, let's blot out sweet. This can address.
Yeah.
So without sweet. Thus
Yeah, without
far,
sweet.
For love, my love, sweet fulfill.
So I am admitted here. Tell your soul that I am admitted here, and that I can come so far in my love pursuit, in my search
Pursuit,
for love,
okay.
like
It's
pursuit,
pursuit.
and fulfill it. So we all have our quests.
I have reached my goal.
Mhm.
And thus far, I'm reaching my goal. Okay.
And of course, this line is a very beautiful example of just the coding. Far, for, love, sweet and fulfill and will fulfill.
Maybe it is made to
To hypnotize.
so to hypnotize your soul. Her programming
that's
that it could be
spell.
bugs in the program of soul because of so much similar letters
He's
and
wooing
sounds.
her. He's wooing like a little dove.
It's like a spell.
Okay,
Something.
it is like a spell because I mean, words do have power. You may not believe me. You may think it's all rubbish, but if you say, if you're at the table and you say, "Pass me salt, please," then the person passes you the salt. Okay.
And that's why words have power.
That's why words have power. So we think when we say, "Oh, words have power," and we think about some crazy mantras or spells from Harry Potter or something. No, it's we use it in everyday life. There's a very amazing book. I don't know if anybody's going to read any books in this place.
Miracle happens.
Miracles happen, but it's my cosmic duty to recommend you good books, and you do what you like with it. So it's Diana Wynne Jones. She's a great writer. Diana Wynne Jones. She's got lots and lots of really amazing, very clever, and very light, interesting books. Diana Wynne Jones, and she's got this book called Power of Three, if I'm not mistaken. So there they had those three like species, different species. One is human, one is like living underwater, and one is something like elfic. And they all have their special powers, but they don't think about them as of special powers. So one of them can use words to operate reality, material things. Like you say, "Pass me salt, please," and they pass you salt, or you say a special word to the door and the door will open. It's not different. Or we humans, we have our special powers like electricity, for instance, or plastic. Oh, it's so crazy, how do you do it? So we don't think about it as of supernatural powers. Just we have those different habits, different culture. In their culture, it's not a superpower to use words. So maybe that's something to learn. And that's what he does here, because he just plays with the sounds. You know how when you repeat the sound again and again and again, and you repeat the words again and again, they start losing their meaning. They just become something, little happy waves, little happy clouds around you.
Peacock tail.
Mm-hmm. So, far for love, my loves, you sweet, fulfill, will fulfill.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Just imagine that you listen to it. You're a girl and he woos you and you listen to it. Yeah. So again, it's one of the levels. We can always look at it from different sides. And the sound side, the soundscape side is very important, obviously. It's one of sides, so it's important. Love, sweet, sweet. Will fulfill the treasure of thy love. What is it?
It's a trick one.
It's a very tricky one. What is it? Will fulfill the treasure of thy love.
What is the treasure of love?
What is the treasure of love? Do you have any ideas? We know nothing about love.
It's 21st century. What love are you talking about?
You tell me.
I think it's very personal. I mean, it depends on the person what you perceive as a treasure of your love.
Yes. What
But
can it be?
here he says that I will be just what you're looking for.
So maybe admitted there we have like a little vault or safe or what was that bank
Treasure
in
cave.
Harry Potter
Treasure cave.
called treasure cave, and you need to use a
Chamber of
secret word.
Secrets?
No, how was this bank of goblins called in Harry Potter? Gringotts something.
Yeah, Gringo.
So you need to pass pass through to this
You
treasure
need to know
room.
the word.
And here, he does it. He's hacking her vault. Yeah. So now we have your soul, your will, and your love. So again, we're building an image of a person, this kind of mapping of a person. What does a person have? A person has a soul, a person has will, and a person has love. Ah, very interesting. How do they interact? A will comes from outside in this case. Very strange. Will fulfill the treasure of thy love.
Billy will make you happy.
Yeah, Billy
Yeah,
will
I
make you
do.
happy. So what is the
He's
treasure of
everything
your
you need.
love? What is the treasure of your love?
Happiness.
Does anyone have any idea?
Maybe pleasure or some
2.5
benefits which you get from love.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's like, everybody's looking for something. No, that's the wrong song. Yeah, it is a kind of power, probably. Same as a soul is a kind of power, and will is a kind of power. Yes, electricity is a kind of power. Yeah. So, will fulfill the treasure of thy love. Thy love. What is thy love? You love someone, or you want someone to love you. What is thy love?
Both.
Both, maybe.
It's a two-way road.
For me, it only means that they will have children.
Maybe.
Interest.
So again, like we mentioned some other time, in this culture, it's supposed that you can only have one true love, not two true loves, not three true loves, yeah,
5.
not 5 true loves.
No difference exists.
Yeah, and here and
If
it
you
was
have a
like
true love, there's only one true love, and he
and
says,
they
"I
lived
will
happily
fulfill."
ever
Ever
after.
after.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe that's what he says.
Yeah, and that's what he says here. I am your true love. There's only one person who can be a true love, and that is me.
Will. Will.
Well,
And I will do it.
he's admitted there.
But we don't stop here. We don't stop here. I will fill it full with my will one.
No, stop, check it.
That is really cool. I fill it full. Let's look at this a little bit. I fill it full. The wills. Oh no, that's too much for us. I.
He's
What is I?
suggesting that
What
there
is
will be more
I?
wills.
Yeah. What is I?
Yes.
It's yes.
I is yes, and I is I.
Me personally.
I will fulfill. Not him, not her, not anyone. I. So again, he uses one word, same as we just erased it. Same as he says will is admitted, and he says will, and he means William. Yeah? And here he says I, like yes, like I'm not saying anything wrong. I'm very nice and humble guy. I say yes. That's all I say. Yeah. But as we read it, as we listen to it, we understand that he actually talks about himself again. I will fulfill. Fill it full with wills. Beautiful. Fulfill, fill full. You see what he does here? So he takes his word and he
Dissects them.
kind of dissects them, yeah, takes them apart. Because we use lots and lots and lots of words every day. Do we really think about them? Not always. Probably very rarely. That's what he does. Fulfill the treasure of thy love. So that's very important. To fulfill your love, it's important. Now, what is fulfill? To fill it full. That's what it means.
The treasure of her love.
The treasure of the love.
He will feel full.
Yeah.
Or feel like I feel.
Long time in love, maybe, yeah. To
They
feel
will
it
fill
full.
it to the full.
Feel it full. And again, feel like make
Yes.
full, and,
And
feel
feel
like,
like
oh,
double
feel in
E,
my
yeah.
heart. I feel it full. Though again, if we look at it, we can say that fool is like stupid person. I feel it, fool. I'm such a fool to feel it. Oh,
There were
and
many
you're
wells in your treasure of your love.
So again, if you close your eyes, yeah, if you close your eyes and you don't have any context, and you just say, "I feel it full," and you can't really write it down just one way. There would be different ways of writing it down. So it's only because we have this context is how we hear it and understand it. But still, we have these ideas in there. Still, we have it there. I feel it full, or maybe I feel it fully, or maybe I feel it like a fool, or maybe we're just. You see, you can play a lot with this tiny little words. It's not a big word. It's just fulfill. What's fulfill? It's not a big word. It's a very simple little word, and it
Not
leaves.
so many letters.
Yeah, it doesn't live in the center of London. It lives somewhere on the outskirts of I don't know, Baghdad maybe. It's a poor little word, and now Shakespeare takes it, puts it here on stage, and looks at it and says, "Ah, very interesting. Now let's look at it from here." And now let's look at it from here. You said fulfill is important for you. Okay, let's look at it closer. Full it fill. And then he says, I feel it full the wills.
That's the most interesting.
Lots of wheels. Yeah.
Lots of wills.
She
I
has a lot of
will.
demands.
She has a lot of suitors.
Uh-huh. So now he multiplies himself. He's not just one will, one little will. No, he's like this great big essence of wills. And he can fill her full with wills.
There are three
There's no way.
translations.
Well, you can translate it, but you can't really. Well, you can.
Without losing all these senses, you can't.
You can't.
That's why you study language.
I mean, you can, but it will be just one
Uh-huh.
way of interpreting it.
Mhm.
But if you want to keep all these,
And my
in
will
the-
one is almost sounds
that's
like a
impossible.
prayer.
I think in Russian there is no such play of words.
Or
Or you have to be, I don't know, Pushkin or some genius.
Oh, it can be a homework to translate it into Russian. Just homework for the weekend.
For the rest of your life, more likely.
Feel it full with wills. The treasure of I love, feel it full with wills. So you look into the treasure of your love. What do you see? Will and will and will, and another one will there, another one will there. Yeah. So
Maybe
if you open
he
this
means
door,
that whatever she wants, he will bring her.
Maybe that lady is correct.
There's
They're
a will.
children. Like 1, 2, 3.
and there's
wills.
a will,
So many little wheels.
and
Yeah,
there's a
many
will,
Williams.
and there's another
But
will.
still,
Whose tea time is now?
that's still him reproduced.
Yeah.
in
I'm
like-
not arguing
Because
that.
So it's
usually
still
in his
him.
sonnets, it's the other way. It's like, yeah, let's reproduce and make babies, but they will look like you, to kind of keep your image for eternity or for another 50 years or so.
Make sure they're my children. And will. But then Andrew.
But again,
Or kids that was advised to her.
yeah, if you say, I will fill you full with wills, maybe it's not a very nice thing to say to a lady.
But he said actually that he's admitted there. So if your soul checks you,
Yes.
get
I
it.
here.
I'm
I
admitted.
have multipass.
Yes, and
Well,
I
that's
have
easy.
the right to fill you
Mhm.
to the full
Mhm.
with these wheels.
So who is admitted? Someone very close, husband.
Yeah.
So he says, okay, you don't know it yet, but I'm your husband because my name is Will.
When you true love even more than husband may not be a true love.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's again, we
How
look
dare
from
you.
his perspective. We look from a boy and a girl's perspective. But again, if we come back to this more abstract, or maybe not abstract, to this other idea of soul and will, and what he says here, what does he say here?
in this line?
In this line.
My will 1? Or before that?
That
Will
he's-
fulfill the treasure of thy love and fill it full with wills and my will 1. But maybe he says here that the will is stronger than soul.
And it 1, like you can spell 1 with W before O, and it means that my will has to the upper hand.
And my will 1.
Yeah, I
Again,
conquered
1.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I conquered you.
The
And
third
like
form of
one.
win. Yeah.
Yeah. My will and your will, but I am your will, so there's no.
And it
there's
sounds
no
like that
argument.
prayer, thy will come, or thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
So
My
what,
will be done.
again, what's interesting here? She has a will. She has her own will, but he says, "I'm your will."
So come, you woman, time your will
My will won't.
be done.
I
There is.
guess it's something about first idea that we have very many different of this word will.
Yes.
And the treasure of love is collection of the whole of these wills. And among them, there's this will as illness, as power.
Yeah.
Maybe this way.
Yeah, maybe. And all of her wills is him again.
Can it also mean my will 1, that I only have one will?
Yes, I have one will, and one will of mine I can feel you full because it's a very big and strong will. Maybe.
One of those wills which will
Maybe.
fill your treasure of love.
Yes. Among these lots of wills, there is one of them is my will. So that's why we really love Shakespeare. You can look at it and just relax. Relax, people. We know nothing about this universe. Just relax. So trying to explain Shakespeare is a bit like trying to explain the universe. We can make our theories. We can make different theories about what do we know. Fill. So that was part 2. Yeah. In things of great receipt and easily proof, among a number 1 is reckoned none.
You're translating.
Of great receipt, of great value.
Of the
Yes.
great value of great number maybe again. Things of great receipt.
Yeah, check receipt.
Yeah,
bill,
so we
bill,
have check.
Bill.
Bill. Yes, very good. So we have check. We have bill. Will bill. And now we
receipt.
have
Receipt.
receipt. And again, receipt is like receiving. A receipt is what you receive. Yeah. So it's very funny because on one hand he seems to be talking about love, on the other hand he's talking about banking your love.
So if you have too much going on, nothing is really happening.
Maybe. Not really. So in things of great receipt with easily proved among a number, 1 is reckoned none. So like we said, if you have a very big number of yeah, if you have a very big number of things, then take one or add one. It doesn't matter. It's actually a very a big mathematical theory again about infinities and big numbers, very big numbers, and how it happens. It's like Cortázar in one of his little stories actually has it. He's like, we counted all people who came to the underground and all people who came out from the underground, and it was different numbers. And we tried again, and again we had different numbers. What's going on here? Yeah. So if you have a very big number, then you don't notice it if that's 1001 or 1002 billions.
Brazilians and Brazilian.
No, billions, Williams.
Oh, yeah.
Billions.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just invented a new very big number, a billion.
Really?
Billion is our new big number. How much is a billion?
544.
Okay. Among the number,
No.
one is reckoned none.
And the wheel is like millennia upside down.
Millennia. Yes, millennia. Okay. Among the number one is reckoned none. So again, we look at it, and our brain is trying very hard to process it. And as we read it, our brain tries very, very hard to make some meaning of it.
And fails.
It
Mine
fails.
every time.
Because as you read it, among the number one, how do you say among the number one? Number one is just number one, it's one. Among the number one, how do you say it? And then you look at it again,
Along with.
and then you look at it again, then you realize, among the number is one part, among the big number, and
Yeah.
one is reckoned none is the second part. Yeah? So really, the
Yes.
main idea,
Drop
I
it
guess, the main idea of this sonnet is to overload this little computer, whether it's located in soul or in mind. So as it's overloaded, what happens? Suppose it's a girl for minutes, and her computer is overloaded.
She's corrupted.
Yeah, and then she can't think clearly, and she falls in love with him. Maybe. Among the number, one is reckoned none. So it's again very, very beautiful. Now he doesn't even try to hide it. He does this mathematics. He doesn't even try to hide it. It's a very modern mathematics. Yeah, it's a very modern mathematics. He says that 0 equals 1, or 1 equals 0. How is it? Where in our modern life we know that 1 equals 0?
In binary system.
Binary. So he invented binary computing.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. It's here.
No, he
It's not
prophesized
painting.
it. He prophesized it.
No, he invented it because he works with it here. He uses it for his work. So
We don't
he
know
invented
if he
it.
hacked her or not.
We do. We did.
Read out to the laws.
Oh, really?
Yeah. One is reckoned none. So your brain starts slightly burning, melting down at this point. It tells you, did you know that 1 equals 0?
2 by 2 is
Could
No
it
problem.
mean like yes is really no, no is really yes?
Could be, but maybe not
Zero.
really.
Language.
1 is none. Because
If you say
again,
no,
1 and none. Yeah? He can see that none contains 1. It really does, because none is short for no one, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah? But he again brings it up to the surface for us to see, because when we say none, we don't think about 1. And he does. He does his binary computing. Yeah? Or soul and will and 0 and 1 and none. And again, he plays with his coding, with the definitions and rules, and where you look at the word and you don't look at the meaning, but you look at the form again. Yeah? Among the number 1 is reckoned none. Then in the number, let me pass untold. Very beautiful. In the number, let me pass untold.
Pass, it's like go by.
Yeah. Let me come into it without notice.
Unnoticed,
Yeah,
yeah.
unnoticed. Yeah. Indiscreet.
So he says, you have lots and lots of guys around you. So let me be one of them, because one is really none when you have lots and lots of followers.
He's suggesting.
Yeah, like you have 500 followers on, I know, Facebook, and then you don't really care if it's 5,022 or 5,023. Okay? So So again, number. What is number? Number one. So he's number one. And he's none, but none is again number one. Yeah,
Number one is like the first, and number one it means like just one
Yeah.
of many.
Yeah, so again he plays with it. Number one like one and only, and one like one of. And he's none and he's one. Good. Let me pass on told. So again he says, he continues to talk to her about it. He begins with it saying, I'm admitted there. And now he repeats it. He comes from a slightly different, let's say, door, and knocks at a different door. He says, and I'm admitted here too, in this way, because I'm nothing, I'm just a little nothing. Let me pass untold. So untold again is interesting because it's like negative. Untold, not told. Negative, yeah. And why do we say untold?
No, it's not. It's taking her unawares.
Why untold?
Anatoly.
Maybe because telling is important. Yeah, telling,
It's
naming.
like a secret story untold.
Oh, he is to be told yet.
Needs to be told yet.
He's
So
a story
if
for her.
he is told, then he is will. If he is not told, then he is just no one, none. And either way, he can get through for these very logical reasons. Yeah.
Later.
Only he, because he is will.
Yeah.
Not Peter, not John, not someone else. Only will, and he's will, and he's the only one will. in the
Will refers to
universe.
future, and you cannot have something told in the future, because told
Maybe.
is in the past.
Yeah. He's just the one to come.
Yes.
Could
He's
it be
the-
that he is asking not to be named? Yeah? Me
To name
pass,
him.
me pass untold
Mhm.
as enemy.
Mhm.
Could it be?
Yeah. So let me pass without a name, without any identity, like nothing, no one, nothing. Like a little virus, yes. That's really who he is here, a little virus in her binary system. Though in thy stories' account, I one must be.
Is she shopkeeper? Stores account. Gross book.
Banking again.
Again, banking.
Shakespeare father would have loved me.
And Napoleon told that all Englishmen are la nation des boutiquiers, the nation of storekeepers.
Well, anyway, that's one of the very cool things which Shakespeare does, because typically people say, oh, love is something very high, very gentle, very romantic. You cannot mix it with banking. No,
You can.
you can. That's what he said. He did lots of very crazy things in literature and poetry. He
Banking
didn't.
is romantic.
He didn't.
No, about these few lines, I could say that I feel the meaning of this, that we have things that we can get very easy, and they are not of any value. And then the last line, I understand that though in the stores I count, in these stores one must be, because there's a lot of will, but one must be of higher value.
Yes.
You see?
Yeah.
Not me, not I is the person who must be the first, must be one. But I account in these stores that one must be.
Yeah, one must be, because one is holding this whole system. You can't only have 0, 0, 0, you need to have 1, 2. one must be. Yes.
And also it's like data storage.
Yeah, like data storage.
He didn't have
Yeah.
I
At
told
the end of
you.
the day.
I told you so. Like stories again, untold and stories, like stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a story yet to be told.
Yes.
That's what I
Story
said.
and story.
Untold.
Untold, unsolved. In a story's account, I one must be, or account I one must be, or you can say that I, yeah,
Like yes.
Like one?
like one.
A perpendicular pronoun.
Mhm. Yeah, so we have O like zero.
Oh, I.
And we
oh.
have I like one. Maybe I one must be.
Very hedonistic pronoun.
It's very, very binary. Though in thy story's account, I one must be. Very interesting. In thy story's account, I one must be. Yeah, so let me be zero, though at the same time I am one.
I should be number one in your.
He is one and
support.
he is zero at the same time. So that's really blowing up our computers. And in case if we still don't get it, he makes it sure. He makes it sure. For nothing hold me, so it please thee, hold that nothing me as something sweet to thee. It's very beautiful. Hold me for nothing. So you can, first, in the beginning, he just comes too close to her, but he's not touching her. Here he says, now you hold me for nothing. So again, for nothing has different meanings.
Because nothing is holding me.
For nothing hold me. How can we understand it? How do we understand for nothing?
Don't think about me as anything important.
So take me for nothing, see me as nothing, for nothing hold me. That's one meaning. What's the other meaning for nothing?
Because nothing keeps me here.
No, because it's nothing holds me here. No.
Then maybe hug me.
For nothing hold me for free.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
free.
So hold me for
Hold me
free.
for free, hug me for free.
So if I'm nothing, then you can hold me for nothing.
Free house.
Free
Yeah,
hugs.
free hug.
So you see, the meanings just keep turning,
Keep changing, yeah.
changing with every word and every line, and it's all very logical. He kind of breaks the rules of logic where you cannot substitute the meaning. He breaks it, and he has a very good fun with it, because that's how poetry works as a opposed to logic. In poetry, you can change the meanings and have fun. In logic, if you do, they point at you and say, you're a fool. Oh yeah, I'm a fool, Phil. I feel full. For nothing hold me, so it pleases thee. Hold that nothing me. Very strange
Yeah,
lines.
what's the structure?
Yeah, that's very strange.
I'm lost.
Me too.
What's the predicate?
So it
What's the
pleases
subject?
thee, so it pleases you. You take pleasure to hold this nothing me. As I
Nothing is a
understand
verb.
it. Yeah, you hold nothing, and that brings you pleasure. This nothing me is pleasant to hold.
Two lines are connected like in one
Yes.
sentence.
Yeah, it
one
pleases
meaning.
thee. Hold that nothing me. So again, hold me, hold me.
Hold that, nothing me.
This nothing me, that nothing me. Something sweet to thee. Where did we have the word sweet before?
Sweet.
Fourth line.
Love sweet.
Yeah, love sweet. Loves you sweet. Fulfill. And fill you with will. So here he kind of brings us back to his beginning, and he reminds us, oh, but I'm really, you may say I'm nothing, but really I'm real. I will fulfill thy will.
I'm nothing, but still I'm something. Something
So
sweet.
again,
Yeah.
nothing, again, nothing turns to something. Nothing zero, something one again. We will think. In things of greater receipt, we prove. So, from nothing to something. Again, he keeps turning. Now I'm nothing, now I'm everything, now I'm nothing again, now I'm something again. Sweet to thee. Crazy. Make but my name thy love. Make but my name thy love.
There will be no other.
So again, we can read it a bit differently. What can it be? It can be
Sure, it's only me that.
only my name. Love only my name. That's what he says here. How do you understand it?
Not me personally. It's my name,
Yes.
which is will.
One is, don't love me as a person, just love my name. I have a very good name, you can love it.
Probably he means title.
Good idea.
Or
No,
he
no.
comes, no, in theory.
Yeah, we're brainstorming.
Oh, make but my name thy love. Yeah? Make, what else can be? What else can it be? Make but my name thy love. Make but my name. Yes, I know. So again, we have soul, we have will,
Love.
and we have love. How do we draw love? Okay, let's do a
Heart.
triangle. Not a heart.
A broken heart.
A heart is a very vulgar symbol. Okay, and love. Let's say a triangle.
It's 50 in Latin.
Okay. Yeah, 50. And S.
60 in
Okay. And W.
It's William.
Millennium.
Millennium.
Yeah. So, you see how they all interact here. Make but my name will, thy love. And then L is the same as his name, as will. Then we love will. Love and will. Can you love without will? Or do you need will to love?
Love is a result of will meeting your soul.
Yes. Yes. Will be in love.
Will be in love.
Mm-hmm. Will be in love. And love is a kind of a treasure cave filled with will. So will is in love, but when he says it, it's she is in love with will.
With many other wills.
Yeah.
Sounds really big.
And soul looks at it and cries because it can't understand what's going on here.
It gave up long ago.
It's just enjoying.
Yeah, the soul is drunk and stoned.
Yeah, it's just enjoying the scene.
Does he say he loves her, by the way?
No,
With a
no.
question.
No
Not
way.
in a line.
Too much
Not in
commitment.
one line.
Do you feel like he loves her?
Well, he's interested, that's definite.
So does he talk about his love?
His love, no, only thy.
For love, my love, sweet, sweet,
He
fulfill.
only talks about his will.
Yes.
Actually, in the previous sonnets, he never talks about to a woman. He says, you can blame me if it makes it easier, but he never
I remember
said.
one song that he
She
Write
never says
something.
that I love.
My love does not smell daisies. It's just
Love
a-
like mysteries.
Yeah.
Love is not like what he feels, but my love like
Well,
my
you can
mysteries.
construe it in different ways.
Maybe not really. Make but my name thy love. So again, love. Is it a feeling or a person? And love that's still. And love that's still. Still not my feeling.
Like still life. Or still
Okay.
one.
Maybe. So a love that's still love and love and love it for a while, or love it quietly, maybe still,
Stay still.
like stay still. And then thou lovest me, for my name is Will. So if you start loving my name, then eventually you will love me. Because
Start
if
with
you
my name.
love my
Just give my name a
Will,
chance.
then you will be in love with Will. And I will.
Try loving my name and then you will love me as a person.
So we only talk about love here in the end.
Oh, if we talk about 16th century, 17th century, traditionally girls were married even if they were not in love with
Yes.
their suitors, and the common idea was that after a while you will grow to love the
Yes,
person.
exactly.
Or you'll have other lovers behind the curtain.
Well, so again, what he tells her, okay, you think I stand too close? You know what, my name is Will. Like,
Hello.
hello?
But actually I'm your future.
Yeah, but since my
If you
name is
like it or
Will,
not.
Because your father told you so.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm your future tense Will.
If you like it or not. So
Yeah.
just
Have-
learn
have
to
me
love
live.
it.
Now he starts with like, the girl doesn't like, or we say the girl, we don't know. Okay, the girl doesn't like that he stands too close to her. In the end he says, okay, love me, love my name and love me because I will. Which is a very funny change. So what do you think the girl says?
Take a shower. I don't know. Don't stand too close.
She can say either yes or no, but from this sonnet we learn that 1 is 0, 0 is 1. So it doesn't matter what she says.
I think she's very confused because after
I
too much
agree.
words, too much will, too many wills,
Wood was Shakespeare.
it's hard to answer something.
What's your point? Get to the point.
Yeah, so what kind of a person is she supposed to be, this soul? What kind of a person is this soul supposed to be? A complicated soul or a simple soul?
The girls? So.
Actually, yeah, the girls soul, because girls always turn everything upside down.
I feel it fully wills.
And girls like to play with words and be.
Do they?
Yes.
Do they?
Are you
Play with
proposing me?
refusals. Yeah.
Mommy, daddy, he's proposing. Come in.
This courting, this coquetting, yeah, I think that's what.
Because when you look at it, does it really sound like poetry to you? Oh, poetry.
Sounds more like tongue twister.
Yeah.
So maybe it sounds
Or
more
a
like
riddle.
like a riddle, like something from a book on logic, maybe.
Something to decipher.
Book on logic.
Something to decipher.
Yeah. So he just really he's a programmer, and he programs this code. He writes it, and by reading it, or by reading it with your eyes, or especially by reading it aloud, you activate this code. So congratulations, now you're all activated.
We're all in the magic.
What did she mean by saying that?
Yes, and he programs her to fall in love with him. Just by listening to this stuff. Not by understanding it, just
Mission
by
accomplished.
listening. Yes.
You've loaded data in our.
Yeah, so now you should be in love with Shakespeare too. Maybe you don't know it yet.
But we're forever in love.
The sneaky guy, the weasel in the
I
tunnel.
wouldn't know.
Of course we know, I told you. He was a gnomic fallen from a cosmic portal.
Whatever.
We know.
They could be
Mushrooms again?
A woman.
Well, I don't know if he was a mushroom. It is a possibility.
Was it her?
Maybe he was
Or
her.
maybe it was the first most ancient being in the universe.
Oh, Shakey.
Yeah.
Could be.
What about Abraham or Moses?
People are only the third most ancient one.
Yeah, after dolphins and mice.
Yeah.
You know.
Who believe others?
Well, we do know about dolphins that they only came here to this planet about 100 years ago. Then they rewrote the background history. So now we think that the dolphins been here for centuries.
Oh, that's why Japanese eat them for dinner.
Maybe. Oh, then they don't mind, really. Well, if they did, then they could very easily avoid it. So it's not essential. So you see, you think that you may think that Shakespeare is something from old time, something academical and boring, but really he's the father of modern computing.
He's like so much fun, buckets of fun to read.
It's
Fun
really
to
cool.
over.
Okay. So how would you feel if somebody comes to you with that?
That's over the bar.
Yeah, I think he's a very shrewd guy or
And you can see how through the poem he comes kind of closer and closer and closer to her as he speaks. Because he doesn't let her say a single word. He doesn't let her reply. We don't see, we don't hear this girl outside in this poem. He just keeps talking more and more and more before you can say something. Yeah, so in the
and
beginning,
with each line he actually rules out all the possible objections
Yes.
one by one. You don't like this? Like that. You don't like this? Follow the next step.
yeah.
It's very strong. Mathematical, really.
So he tried to find the king.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like
kind of hacking the
hacking,
goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's writing code. Yeah, he's coding.
So again, if you have soul which kind of has access to this love vault and can decide to let you pass or not to let you pass, then this soul is like a little computer which you can deceive. If you have a goodwill,
What if she has artificial intellect?
she is. And he is, and we all are. Believe it or not, but
I guess not.
we are all related. We all
Could
have.
be like a battle of two intellects.
Yes, that's what it is.
Where's the second intellect?
Well,
Thy soul is this, like we said, little computer
and for
with
him
rules
it's
and
like
programs.
a contest, a chase to beat the other.
Yeah.
She doesn't sound like an actress. She sounds like a black square by Malevich. She keeps receiving things, not reacting to them.
This soul has a set of rules,
The
set
fact
of
that he
programs.
has to go with such details means she's not that simple.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because if you need to write something so crazy to get
Yeah.
access,
That can be easy. Couldn't be just a square.
no?
Okay, a black hole.
No? Okay. Well, what's your version?
I guess soul without will,
Mhm.
it's not a computer. It's only energy,
Mhm.
nothing else. But if you add will
Mhm.
to the soul, it can be computer and it could be fulfilled with will.
Mhm.
That is why I still feel these poems like relationships between lazy soul
Mhm.
and will.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So the life of lazy soul could be empty without will.
Yeah, like we said in the beginning, soul here is very passive and will is very active. I will.
So it means that the soul cannot be a computer.
Maybe. What is a computer? What is a computer?
A machine.
Yes.
Program past maybe?
So is a computer passive or active?
It depends what situation.
Depends if it's on or off.
Yeah, but it cannot act without
User
without the user. So there should be will to make it go.
Yeah, so maybe will is this kind of electricity. Makes
Somebody
it
has
work.
to turn on the tumbler.
First of all,
You're sad?
Oh, I said yes. If I were the girl, I would definitely go with him
Does
for a drink.
computer have feelings as a soul? And does the life and decision of computer depends on its feelings?
Yeah, and do the android dream of electric shapes?
Oh,
Do you know? Do androids
They don't
dream
tell.
of electric shape?
They
You never
don't.
read the book?
No.
Never seen the film, The Blade Runner?
Ah,
Oh, shame on you.
Okay, I'll
You know
download it
nothing.
today.
Oh yeah, I watched the film with.
Yeah, a good film and based on a very
You
good
mean
book too.
the first part or the late?
Oh, the second part is just no, a bit Blade Runner.
Blade Runner.
With Harrison Ford?
Oh yeah, it's based on a very good book by Philip Dick.
Do you know what this sonnet reminds me of? So, just accidentally, there are people without limbs, and now there are prostheses that are being initiated by your
Thoughts? Yes.
yeah, by your thoughts. Like you make a will to take a cup, but you have no hands, and the prosthesis it operates on your neuron activity. Yes.
Yeah, so it's all electric.
Yeah, so
It's
they
all electric.
enable you to make the grid.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, like we say, will is electric, kind of. And soul, maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's plasma or something.
and they're highly efficient.
Yes. Okay. So, soul here looks like a very passive thing because you can't even talk to it directly. You can't put your little flashcard, your programs directly into it. You need first to talk to some medium like this girl. Tell your soul that I can go through. Yeah. Because it's something very closed, a very closed system which only interacts with this. Who is this? You.
It could be anything or anybody.
Who is this you? And what else do we have here? So the soul is blind. It's very closed, and it's only responsible for recognizing if you have the right to pass or if you don't have the right to pass.
I wonder about
Disabled.
there was but one life. Made but my name I love. So like my name, yes, and like that you like my name. Is it so?
Could be, but make but my name thy love. You don't have to love the person. Just listen to this little code and will. And if you love, what does it mean love? What does it mean love? Make my name thy love. What does it mean love?
It's a four-letter word. Sorry.
What does it mean love here? It means to accept it, take it in. Yeah? Pass this security. So let this code word will passes the security. Once this code word will passes the security, it's established here, and it kind of starts working like a little virus, if you like. Yeah, and then you will love me because I'm will.
Ridiculous.
So again, so if soul accepts will, let's will come into it, then there is this kind of alchemy starting happening, this passive beginning, allowing this active beginning to come through. Because this passive beginning, even though it's passive, it has this kind of a force field, if you like, this security, and it says, okay, go away, go away, go away, go away. And eventually, there is something that has to come through to start this new action, or this change. So you need to find this secret word, let's say, secret action, which says, hello, I'm Will. And babe, babe, babe. Okay.
Password accepted.
It's like anatomy lesson.
Yes, maybe.
How life
Atom
begins.
lesson.
The egg is protesting the semen.
Maybe, in a way, maybe. So if we have a, what is soul, what is will, what is love? Oh, don't talk to me about this anti-scientific rubbish.
Big
Oh, I
Bang?
mean, there was, according to this theory, that there was nothing like passive.
Yeah, and suddenly there's something very scientific. Very scientific. Okay. Yeah, any more comments here? More ideas? Soul and will?
Counts.
Numbers? So let's just quickly have a look at the structure before we finish. So what do we have here? In rhyming, here, yeah, A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, A, A. So that's what we call Shakespearean sonnet. So as opposed to the classical sonnet. So again, a classical sonnet is A, B, B, A, B, B, A.
Does he really rhyme love with groove?
Yes,
Like move
yes,
and groove?
you do, because in Shakespearean times we pronounce the things very differently. So that's classical, and we had only two parts. In the classical sonnet, we had one big part and one small part. Can I, do I make it bigger?
Yeah.
Okay. What do I erase here?
A, B, B, D.
Maybe wills, maybe wills.
Yeah, leave the boy and the girl.
Jack and
A,
Jill.
B, B, A, B, B, A, C, D, E, C, D, E. That's classical, original classical sonnet. It has two parts. One is A and B, and another is C, D, E. C, D, E, which is like the conclusion. We have some problem here, some story here, and the conclusion here in classical sonnet. In Shakespeare, what do we have? We have A, B, A, B. Okay, then thank you very much for
Thank
coming.
you.
And hope you today.
How about Burns? When shall we study Burns?
Burns.
Remember that Russian movie, Здравствуйте, Ваше Цвете? There is a song based on the Burns poem. Любовь и
Well, we
бедность.
have lots and lots of
Really?
songs
Yeah, it's-
based on Robert Burns' poems because it was the main
Бразильская народная
idea of
песня,
his
слова Роберта
poetry.
Бернса. Любовь и бедность.
But yeah, the idea is to find a good point. Well, we did discuss a few poems by Robert Burns.
Yeah,
If
I
you
remember.
like, can look at
His name is
another one.
Bob. Bobby. My name is Bob.
Robbie.
Bill and Bob.
Robbie Bobby.
Will and Bob.
Okay, then thank you and see you next week, hopefully.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It's a very clever thing.